How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back to get another review. A little bit of Hill Farmstead hoppy hopeful goodness in the form of their Society in Solitude number 7. This is Imperial India Pale Ale brewed with Amarillo and Simcoe hops. First things first, this can comes courtesy of Keith. Thank you very much, brother. He actually went up to other half, jeez, words. He went up to Hill Farmstead. He's my other half connect. That's why I said other half. Knee jerk. He went up to Hill Farmstead like 3 days ago. He actually was like, hey man, you want to go to Hill Farmstead? I was like, yeah, I gotta work. But he ended up going up there and picking this up. And this was canned like 5 days ago. So it's pretty damn fresh. And I have not had this before. So let's dive into this sucker. What else does it say on here? That's pretty much it. It goes through the whole Hill Farmstead kind of, Hill Farmstead is a brewery culmination of travel and insight, yada, yada, yada. And typical Hill Farmstead labeling, which I am a fan of. So let's see what this puppy has to offer. Water spots all over this goddamn glass. I wash my glasses like crazy. Listen, I know I get shit for my dirty glass mafia. I'm trying everything I possibly do to keep these glasses from getting spots and streaks and all that stuff. I was literally at my local hardware store just trying to help. So bear with me until I figure it out. It's the water in this house. I gotta figure out something. Anyway, I mean, that's infinite creaminess. Look at that shit. Holy God. You can't because it's got a deep bevel to it. But uniform bubbles, it's like literally has lacing already and I didn't even take a sip out of it. Pinky finger off-white head in that soft, rich kind of haze with the orange core with a little bit of kind of opaque white edges on her. It's got a nose. Yeah, I mean, Hill Farmstead IPA, especially their Imperial stuff, tends to come off a little bit kind of like a marriage of old school West Coast IPA and new school East Coast hazy. That's kind of how they work from here. Not necessarily in the kind of resiny, piney thing. This has a little bit of that going on. It's more of the way they kind of they play with their malts and their sweetness. They tend to come off, this is the way this kind of West Coast IPAs always have come off to me, tend to be more of a candied kind of sweetness to them, a hard candied kind of sweetness, as opposed to that soft kind of milky, creamy kind of sweetness you get in those East Coasters. So you have that going into that sweet, candied sweetness, but it's wrapped around a nice, rich, dankish hop with a little bit of that resinous going on, a nice little bit of weed going on. There's a soft fruit in there. I'm not quite sure what it is. Might be just like a generic tropical fruit, but it smells fantastic. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, this is weed. It's all weed. Man, that's one of the more weed-forward beers I've had in quite some time. Just rich, super icky, sticky, dank weediness, upper level stuff. These aren't middies, these aren't beasters. These are just straight up dank nuggets of rich, delicious Mary Janes floating around in there. There's a soft sweetness in there. It kind of lends to that kind of tropical fruit thing. I'm still getting a nondescript kind of tropical fruit, but you add that kind of candied sweetness on top, kind of bumps it up, makes you believe that even more. Super awesome, water nerdy, kind of super creamy, fluffy mouthfeel. Yeah. Yeah. Just tastes like you're drinking good weed, man. It's not a bad thing either. Yeah. It's not bad. And it's pretty simple. I mean, that's it. You're getting the weed, you know, a little soft tropical fruit, super creamy mouthfeel, candied sweetness, done and done. I don't feel like there's multiple depth and layers to each flavor. They're pretty straightforward, pretty to the point. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's tasty. It's delicious. It hides its ABV well. I mean, they say Imperial, so I'm assuming it's like 7.5 to 8%. And just comes off really nice. This is a weed lover's beer. This is almost like taking a West Coast IPA, keeping that weed component alive as much as humanly possible, taking that pine sappy resin thing, dropping that out, substitute that citrus for a little bit more tropical fruit vibes, but then take that hardish water thing and convert it into this new school water nerdy thing. It's a lot of bits and pieces of a lot of good disciplines when it comes to like IPAs, new school IPAs, and old school IPAs kind of mashed into one. Sean Hill, what are you going to do? So yeah, super tasty stuff. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better Imperial IPAs I've had as of late. Yes, not up there in number one. There's some that skew a little bit nicer for me, but just the way the shows the weediness just works for me. Value and availability, I forget, but their prices are usually pretty reasonable. Brewery only, obviously, and leave you with, unless you get a draft account, you can find this stuff on draft every now and then. And then leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like, IPAs. West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. If you like IPAs, you like them skew danky, you like them skew weedy, you like that super water nerdy mouthfeel, it's going to get you all hot and bothered in your buttholes and stuff. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a nice society in solitude right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.